You want to come over on this side?
Yeah. You guys all have something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Should be right above it.
Good evening. You guys ready?
Everyone ready?
We can't see them. Okay.
A little bit before 5 p.m. this evening, it was about 10 till 5. We had 3 males that came out of a vehicle, ran down the block here just south of Spring Road on 14th Street. 2 of the males were armed with long guns. One was armed with a pistol, and they opened up fire on a group that was in the block. It appears like it was a targeted shooting. At the end of the day, we had 9 folks that were taken to local hospitals. 2 of them are in serious condition. One of them has been pronounced dead, and the remainder have been described as non-life-threatening gunshot wounds. Of the 9, they were all adults. One of them was a female. We have a lookout for 3 males. 2 of them were wearing dark-colored, hooded either jackets or sweatshirts. A 3rd male was wearing a gray hooded sweatshirt. He was wearing what appeared to be black sweatpants with a white stripe, and he was slender in build. So if anybody has any information, please give us a call, 202-727-9099, or you can text us on 50411.
Chief, do you have any idea what this was about and why? You said it sounded like it was targeted. What gives you that idea? And do you think all the people were targeted, or maybe one in the group?
No, it looks like multiple folks from a group were targeted. So this looks like a crew dispute that we have here in the city. We're familiar with some of the players, so we're hopeful we'll be able to get to the bottom of it.
Chief, this is a busy block, lots of businesses right there. Are you hoping that there is good surveillance video that shows either the car?
The story I've been able to get for you so far has been pieced together from some of the video that we have. So we're hopeful that there'll be some better video that'll help us close this case. I mean, this type of brazen daylight activity in a very, very busy block, I'm sure is scary for this community. I don't know what people are thinking if they think they can enter a block and lay down that many rounds. They're putting everybody in this community in jeopardy. So, like I said, if anyone is out there and they saw something, please let us know.
Any innocent bystanders in this that we know of?
You know, I can't say for sure. I can just say that there was a number of folks that are in the group that we have familiarity with, and they appear to have been the target of the shooting.
Well, you mentioned about all the shots basically being fired. We're looking at more than 90 evidence markers here. 3 weapons, as I understand it. I mean, this was a lot of gunfire. A lot more people could have been injured here.
Darcy, it's ridiculous. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous that anybody would do that in our community. It's insane. We can't have that. I mean, and you're absolutely right. Innocent people can get killed, like we saw. We had an 11-year-old boy under similar circumstances. We had 5 guys that thought that they could indiscriminately fire rounds in our community. We have an 11-year-old boy who's killed. You start shooting like this in a very busy community, there's a high potential that somebody else gets hurt as a result, very seriously hurt or killed.
And Chief or the Mayor, this is probably a question for both of you. Obviously tonight is about the investigation, but underlying all this, the police department, police officers have been under attack, calls to defund the police. What do you have to say about that?
So I don't know if defunding the police really comes into this conversation. I think what we need to talk about is gun violence in our community, and we need to do something about the gun violence. You look at our crime stats right now, we actually have a reduction in violent crime in our city, but gun violence is a real problem, and we need to focus on that. I don't know, Mayor, if you wanted to say something about that.
The chief is absolutely right. I think it's shocking. It should not be business as usual when the police pack up for the night. They're going to be working with the community, and everyone should be outraged that in the daytime, where people are frequenting our restaurants, frequenting our businesses, that there could be an attack on a DC street. So we're going to work very hard. I know all of our team and investigators will work very hard to bring people to justice.
Can you speak at all to the homicide rate? That is one of the categories that's up about 25%. And a violent summer right now.
You want to talk about the homicide rate? And the other thing, too, I mean, I don't know if you know this or not, but 90% of our homicides this year are as a result of firearms. And whether or not somebody lives from a gunshot wound is usually just a matter of luck. Once you shoot a human being, it can be very, very serious and take somebody's life. And that's what we're seeing with the gun violence in our community. And I truly believe, the weapons have gotten better. The ability to put more weapons into these semi-automatic handguns has increased. We're seeing a lot of high-capacity magazines that we're recovering. So they're good weapons, fired multiple times, and your shooting homicides are going to increase when that happens. And I'll go back to what I always say. We got to hold gun offenders accountable. We know that 50% of the people that are involved in homicides in our city for the last 2 years were people who had been previously arrested with a firearm. If we could cut our homicides by 50%, I think we'd all be happy. So if we had held those people, those 50% who have been previously arrested, accountable the first time, maybe this stuff wouldn't be happening. Maybe our homicide numbers wouldn't be going up.
Do you all think that those guns are still coming from Virginia? Are you hopeful with the gun laws that recently took effect there that we'll start to see it?
There's definitely, it's the source state for the District of Columbia is Virginia, and the Virginia authorities have stepped up their game a little bit. But I think, that's one piece of the puzzle is stopping the guns from coming into the city. Another piece of the puzzle is holding gun offenders accountable. We've got to hold them accountable because they're going to come right back out here, pick up another gun, and somebody's going to end up getting shot.
Are you able to address at all what may have been happening leading up to this incident? Do you think this was a chance encounter? This group just happened to be here and they were spotted? Were they chased from somewhere?
We don't know that at this point. So that's one of the things we'll try and figure out. It looks like the shooters knew they were here, clearly. How they knew that, we don't know.
And will you be putting any video out of the car? Or
If we have video of value, 100%, we will ask for the community's help. We'll put that out.
Thanks, everyone.
All right, thank you all.
Swatting down like that.
You have the computer on you?
Oh, I do.
Okay. What else do you think we need?
Sound. There was some good lights in that.
Yeah. Then when you get it into editing, just lift the audio as much as you can, more than likely.